Welcome to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette, with your host Steve Garrett, MC and DJ at one of the largest Corvette weekends in the country, Corvette Funfest, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 40 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google" or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. Be sure and visit the updated Corvette Today website. It's corvettetoday.com. You can also access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join the Corvette Today Facebook group there and sign up for Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at corvettetoday.ck.page. And if you like YouTube, you can subscribe to the Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube. And be sure and patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 different unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvettes. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit aerolarri.com, that's AEROLARRI.com, and use the promo code CT111 for your $100 discount. And Soul Performance Products. Developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products, the official exhaust of Corvette Today. Also, mid-enginecorvetteforum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at mid-enginecorvetteforum.com. And a shout out to Corvette Forum and CanadianCorvetteForum.com, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. Mid America Motorworks has been an industry leader in the Corvette aftermarket products for a very long time. As a matter of fact, Mid America is celebrating 50 years in business. Here to talk about Mid America Motorworks is the founder, Corvette Hall of Famer, and Chief Cheerleader Mike Yager, along with his son Michael. Guys, welcome to Corvette Today.
You know, Steve, this is awesome. We've been trying to do this for way too long, and the day's finally here, so we're excited. It's a sunny day here at Mid America.
I'm glad to have you guys on. This has been 4 years in the making, so I'm glad to have both of you here on the show. Mike, first off, let's talk about your family and your siblings growing up. I know you come from a large family. Tell me about that family, and was it a car family?
9 kids, 7 boys, 2 girls.
Wow.
Of the 7 boys, 6 of them have made our livings around automobiles. As a 12-year-old in my dad's 2-car garage, my brother Corky, who is 20 years older than me, was restoring a 28 Dodge, 26T, 40 Mercury, 38 Hudson Terraplane. And on the other side, my brother Frank, who had a 32 Ford pickup truck that he chopped and channeled and put in a Chevy V8 in it. So, yeah, I kind of grew up around cars.
Talk to me about when did you get into Corvettes, Mike?
When I was 13, my brother Frank bought a Corvette. He drove a truck at the time, and we were in St. Louis, and he showed me a Corvette. He said, "That silver car there, right by the Pillsbury plant on US 40, he said, "that's just like mine, only mine is black." I still remember the time of the day, the sunset, the traffic. I was heartstruck. Not that I remember my first sighting of a real Corvette, knowing that soon, and that was in May, on Memorial Day that year, he was bringing the Corvette home from Florida, and I was going to get to see it for the first time.
That's amazing. Now, let's talk about your first Corvette, Mike. I know you were a young man. Tell us what it was and what year was it. Tell us all about that first Corvette.
Well, I bought it on September 18th, 1970.
Wow.
It was a 67 convertible, marina blue, white interior. side pipes, 4-speed, sweetest Corvette they ever made. Just a simple, straightforward 67 Roadster. When I bought that car, Steve, I started really getting into Corvettes. I started a Corvette club here in Effingham in this region, and within a year we had over 100 unique memberships, which meant we had over 100 Corvettes in our club. We joined NCCC, and by 1975 I was a regional officer, and by 76 through 79 I was on the National NCCC board, Vice President of Public Relations.
Man.
So there's a real quick condensed view of buying a Corvette and getting involved in the hobby.
Mike, I know in 1974, you had this vision. You saw that there was no place for Corvette enthusiasts to get lifestyle products. Talk about the loan you took out, who was it from, and what did you start selling that got Mid America Motorworks off the ground?
Well, at that time, I was just finishing up my journeymanship as a tool-on-die maker. Having been a regional officer and a national officer involved in clubs, I would travel around to club events, and I thought, man, there needs to be a place you can buy everything you want for a Corvette under one roof. So I got the courage up, borrowed $500 from my local bank in Newton, Illinois, the People's State Bank, and started a business. My first product that I bought, Steve, was 5-inch Corvette patches, embroidered patches, and I bought 100 of them. Well, when you have $500 and you buy 100 of something, those 4 packages of 25, I thought, man, if I ever sell all these, that's it. I'm not going to buy this many ever again. Well, many thousands later, we're still selling that basic same patch.
That's really cool. Now, you started off with just a 2-page flyer that eventually grew into a 300-plus page full-color catalog, didn't you?
Steve, from that original piece printed on a mimeograph machine, if you can remember what the world of mimeograph machine was, you know, that's where you cut the stencil and the last keystroke is where you make a mistake and you go, do I type over this or start over again? All the way up to doing I think our largest catalog at Corvette was 360 pages, printed rotor gravure, and we'd print in the neighborhood of 6 million a year.
Wow, that's amazing.
If you do the math on 6 million times 360 pages, that's a whole lot of pages and images of Corvette stuff.
That's a lot of zeros, my friend. That's a big grouping, that's for sure. Mike, how many products does Mid America Motorworks carry today?
Currently, we're over 85,000. Anything you need for restoration, performance, enhancements, looks, styling, you name it, we've got it.
That's amazing. Buddy, let's take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about your induction into the Corvette Hall of Fame. That's coming up next on Corvette Today.
We all know that wheels make the car. Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome will take your Corvette to new levels. And it comes with a 5-year warranty. Wheelcraft is returning to Carlisle this year with on-site mounting and balancing services on Installation Alley. Take advantages of the on-site exchange of your factory wheels for Wheelcraft PVD chrome and eliminate all shipping charges, which can be a savings of $150 to $300. Wheelcraft is prepared to exchange C8's 5-spoke, Trident 20-spoke, and Z06 wheels, as well as select models of C4 through C7 factory wheels. Contact Wheelcraft today to place your order and let our mobile tire service partner mount and balance your newly finished wheels so you return home in style. Durability is a defining feature of the Wheelcraft finish. Their PVD chrome is superior to traditional chrome with a finish that is brake dust resistant and cleans effortlessly with soap and water. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchange for select C4 through C8 models, or they can apply the PVD finish to your current wheels. No matter what generation you own, Wheelcraft will transform the look of your Corvette. With every Corvette comes a unique story, and Wheelcraft has embraced this idea. When you purchase your new set of wheels, you receive a lifetime membership to the Wheelcraft Pit Crew, granting you access to your own page on Wheelcraft's website, where you can post pictures and tell your Corvette story. If you're planning on attending Carlisle, be sure to visit Wheelcraft on the Midway and take advantage of mobile and wheel exchange on Installation Alley. Call early to place your order and reserve your appointment for installation. Visit our website at wheelcraft.com or call 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
Welcome to world-famous Auto Direct Corvettes, America's best pre-owned Corvette destination. It's a fact. Auto Direct Corvettes has been awarded #1 Dealer of the Year 15 years in a row. They are the highest-ranking pre-owned Corvette dealer in the USA, with thousands of 5-star reviews. Over 125 Corvettes and exotics in stock. Grand Sports, Z06s, C8s, C7s. Auto Direct is Corvette heaven. It's the absolute best Corvette show in the USA. Go to AutoDirectCorvettes.com.
The Radiator Grill Store offers C8 Corvette A-pillar wind diffusers in beautiful carbon fiber or OEM gloss black that help reduce wind buffeting when a window is open. Easy installation and OEM fitment. Plus, get 10% off your total purchase with the promo code CT10 at RadiatorGrillStore.com.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
Car Capsule brings you the official multi-award-winning Corvette SC1 Showcase. It's the ultimate form of protection, preservation, and presentation for your Corvette. No dust, mold, or mildew. This officially licensed GM product features all 8 Corvette flag logos, Corvette branding on the panels, a carbon fiber look and feel, and interior chip onboard lighting, plus the IntelliCharge battery charger with the fan backup system. It takes only 5 minutes to inflate, and it won't collapse when you open the doors or during a power loss. It's a freestanding drive-in, drive-out operation. See it at carcapsule.com or call 219-945-9493.
Are you ready to take your Corvette to the next level? Look no further than Classic Trim Customs. As the #1 supplier for American hydrocarbon, we've manufactured some of the most impressive Corvette parts on the market, from engine bay panels to splitters and side skirts. With over 30 years of experience in hydrographics, we've perfected the technique and use only state-of-the-art materials and equipment to ensure the highest quality and precision. Visit our website at ClassicTrimCustoms.com or give us a call at 305-258-3090 to learn more about our products and services. Whether you want to create a show-stopping ride or just add a touch of personalization, the sky is the limit with Classic Trim Customs. Let us help you create the Corvette of your dreams.
This is the Corvette Today podcast with Steve Garrett.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Summer is here and so is car show season. You want your Corvette looking its best. Dress it up with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or do a wheel exchange, and you get a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me today is Mike Yager, the Hall of Famer, founder, and chief cheerleader of Mid America Motorworks, along with his son, Michael. In segment number 2, we're going to talk about Mike's induction into the Corvette Hall of Fame. Mike, first of all, now Mid America Motorworks is celebrating 50 years in business. It continues to be a leader in the Corvette aftermarket industry.
Steve, you brought up one of my soft spots, the Corvette Museum. When the National Corvette Museum was first concepted, we got involved early on. In fact, for a number of years, we lent them cars from our collection when they were on the Annex building on Scottsdale Road. We supplied them with product for their retail store to help them get going. And lo and behold, the museum took off. I joined the board in 1996 or 7 and was a board member for 6 years, and I had the privilege of being chairman of the board in 2003 and 2004. The cool thing about that was I was chairman at Corvette's 50th anniversary. So when I look back at my history within the Corvette world and said, oh my God, I never thought there would be a Corvette museum. That wasn't even a vision in those early years. And then with the birth of the National Corvette Museum, Interesting that Michael's here with me today. When we opened the National Corvette Museum, he was on stage with me when I did my presentation at the grand opening. So the history of our family and Corvette goes back not only a number of years, but both of our sons grew up in the Corvette world, grew up with the Corvette Museum. You know what? You never do things to get something, so to speak. But I always thought, you know what? There's certainly the potential someday I could get into the Hall of Fame at the National Corvette Museum. That's just a fleeting thought. I had nominated people when I was on the board and as chairman, involved in people getting inducted into it. One day, Michael came into my office and said, "Dad, Wendell Strode's going to call you." And I thought, wow, I'm not sure what this is about. But kind of in the back of my mind, I thought, could this be? So to say I didn't expect it when Wendell called would be an understatement, I guess, or maybe not a true statement. But when he told me, I had to swallow, and it took me seemingly minutes till I could respond. Now, here's a guy that was the director of the museum. I was, quote, his boss as chairman. I thought it was a possibility that would happen. But when he told me, I was so overwhelmed, it was hard to talk. You think about who's in the Hall of Fame at the National Corvette Museum. It's a pretty powerful thing to me personally. So, yeah, honored, privileged, astounded, fortunate, lucky. What other adjective could I use to describe my feeling about that spatial opportunity? You want to know how I feel, or should I go on?
I think we got it. You know, it's like winning an Oscar, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah.
It really is. And you were inducted as an enthusiast in 2018. What a memorable event. Michael, I know your dad said that you were there with him, and I know you were on stage. How old were you and Blake, your younger brother, when Dad got the Corvette Hall of Fame going?
You know, we were lucky enough to be in our early 30s, so certainly old enough to realize what a privilege it was for him. And having grown up in the Corvette world really since birth, just to see him get acknowledged for what he's done, what he's contributed to the hobby, it was very special to us, and obviously very special to us as a family to see that special day finally come to fruition.
And on a separate note, guys, I know that, Mike, you started Drive Your Corvette to Work Day, too. How did all that come about?
You know, we were just thinking about every July 1st, over the 4th of July, back years ago, General Motors would shut down all their manufacturing plants for 2 weeks. And we got thinking about the first Corvette rolling off the assembly line June 30th of 53. And we said, wouldn't it be cool if we could just get people on the Friday closest to June 30th to take the Corvette out of the garage and actually drive it? As you and I both know, there's a lot of people that don't drive their Corvettes near enough. So we came up with that idea. It was our PR firm in California that helped us concept it. The first year we did it, we took 4 cars from our collection. The last 1999 Corvette, 98 pace car, the first C5, and one other car. We took them over to St. Louis to the Art Museum, and if you've ever been to the Art Museum, you know, it's up on the top of a hill.
Right.
And then Forest Park is down below it. So we had all kinds of news media out there covering it, and a couple of the Corvette clubs in St. Louis. We probably had 75 to 100 Corvettes there. As we were driving home, I was in the lead. Michael, Blake, and Laurie were driving 3 other Corvettes. And I got right beside a semi-trailer, and he lost his, what we call an alligator, the treads on his tires.
Right.
It went under my car, over the car behind me, under the Corvette behind that, and over the top of that. We lost 2 fascias that day.
Wow.
I mean, what can you do? You're driving, 75, 80 miles an hour, and you're out in that passing lane, and that first car hits that alligator, and it just went over, under, over. We actually drove the cars out of our museum. Then we had to drive them to the body shop to get new fascias.
That's crazy. What a story. You know, every Corvette owner has a story. That's a great story, Mike.
So anyhow, it's something that we continue to promote. And in 2007, I got the idea that I would get a U.S. congressman to see if they could get a day of recognition for Corvette. So I contacted John Shimkus, District 19 U.S. Congressman, and told him my idea, and he went to work, and sure enough, there was a House resolution passed making June 30th official day of recognition for Corvette. So that was another cool achievement.
That's awesome. Well, buddy, let's take our final break. When we come back, let's talk more about one of the biggest Corvette weekends in the country. It's called Corvette Funfest, and it's right there at Mid America Motorworks. That's coming up next on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
Hey, honey, are you awake?
I am now.
I can't sleep. Since turning 50, I keep dreaming of a red door and a blue door, somehow knowing there are only choices for retirement.
Okay.
Through the red door, we outlive our money. We have to rely on our kids. We're stuck on a fixed income. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that would suck.
But through the blue door, our money outlives us. We retire on our terms. Our kids stay our kids, not our caretakers. We make work optional.
Yes, that's much better. That's what I want too. But what do we do?
We call True Wealth & Company at 913-653-8783. They specialize in helping successful people make work optional. They're our fiduciary Blue Door personal wealth managers.
Hey, where are you going? It's 3 a.m.
I can't sleep. I'm going to check out True Wealth & Company online at retirewithtrue.com. That Blue Door is going to be our retirement.
913-653-8783. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Investment advice offered through True Wealth & Company, LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Kansas.
VetteFinders.com is the Internet's original Corvette classified ads website, with classified ads starting at just $25. And every ad runs until your Corvette is sold. If you're in the market for a Corvette, VetteFinders.com has over 500 Corvettes for sale from all around the USA and Canada and covering all 8 generations. Visit VetteFinders.com, the Internet's destination for buying and selling Corvettes. That's VETTE Finders.com.
And now back to the only current podcast on Corvettes, Corvette Today, with your host, Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube, the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Summer is here, and so is car show season. You want your Corvette looking its best. Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or do a wheel exchange, and you get a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me today is the founder, Corvette Hall of Famer, and chief cheerleader of Mid America Motorworks, Mike Yager, along with his son, Michael. In this third and final segment, we're going to talk about one of the biggest Corvette weekends in the country coming up every year. It's Corvette Funfest. Guys, talk about the early beginnings of Corvette Funfest. I know it started in 1994. Isn't that correct?
Started on our 20th anniversary. It was a backyard barbecue, if you will, to say thank you to our customers. We had over 300 Corvettes our first year and around 1,000 people here. And as the event was over, we started getting thank you notes. And in the thank you notes, we sure hope you do it again next year. This was like a backyard festival. This was so much fun. And as we started looking at the letters, we started pulling out a common theme, and that was fun and festival. So we decided we were going to do it again in 95. We were going to call it Funfest, Customer Appreciation Party. Everything was free. And then it kind of got on steroids. As years went by, Steve, our biggest year ever, we had over 17,000 Corvettes through our gates, over 38,000 people. It was just overwhelming. Over the years, we went from running it on 22 acres to running it on 195 acres. We have payroll would be over 250, 260 people. We'd spend about $1 million a year to produce the event. We had this celebrity here one time. His name was Steve Garrett. You know that guy by any chance?
He sounds familiar, yes.
Yeah, sounds a lot like you, but we had the good fortune of you and I's paths crossing, and you've come over and helped us with the DJ work. You've helped us with the introductions, on the stage work. It's a giant Corvette party. We're fortunate in Illinois. We have Bloomington Gold. We've got the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals in Chicago, and we have Corvette Funfest. So 3 major Corvette Corvette activities just in one state, and all three of them are kind of the leader in their own individual segments. To me, you add in Corvettes at Carlisle and the National Corvette Museum events. If you're going to do anything in the Corvette world, there's 5 mega events that you ought to go to.
Absolutely right. Now, when a Corvette enthusiast comes to Funfest, talk about what they can expect over the weekend.
Lots of great Corvette people. We do all kinds of tech stations starting on a Thursday night running through, used to be Sunday, but Sunday's attendance got to a point where we're here on Sundays, but it's really over Saturday evening. We have speakers. We have celebrities here. Over the years, we've had George Barris, Linda Vaughn, all people within the automotive hobby.
It's always a fun time.
Yeah, we started one year and we had the Eastern Illinois University Orchestra here for a Saturday night dinner. And it went very well. It was a little more formal than what we evolved into, but we kind of got the idea that we ought to do music entertainment. And you know me, you don't go with the local group. Our first big group here out of the box was the Beach Boys. And let me tell you, that was probably the best thing that we ever did and the worst thing that we ever did, because it stuck us on a treadmill that people started expecting there to be top-notch classic rock here. So over the years, we've had REO, 38 Spatial, Don Felder, Guess Who, Three Dog Night, Survivor, Dennis DeYoung and the Music of Styx, Bachman Turner. We've had a few groups through here. In fact, we used to rent a stage, and we got to the point where we actually built an amphitheater that would hold about 14,000 people and a giant kick-ass stage. In fact, the Guess Who was the first band to play on that stage, and we were out for dinner with them Friday night, and over perhaps a few cocktails, we had decided that, when they launch a new ship, they christen the ship with a bottle of champagne.
Right.
So we decided that we were going to christen the stage with a bottle of champagne. Sounded good at 10:30 at night over a few drinks and dinner. Well, that night continued on for my sons till about 2 in the morning. I was home in bed. Well, the next evening, the Guess Who was on stage, and we were scheduled to go up there at a certain time, and they handed me a double mag of champagne. So I carried that on the stage with me, and I got up there with Derek, and the front of the house guy talked to him, and his headset said, "You guys aren't going to do that, are you?" And he shakes his head, yes. So we got people away from the stage, and we just took that double mag of champagne and dropped it. Let me tell you, that thing exploded. It's like, sounded so good last night to do that. How dumb were we to do it? Pretty dumb. I still have the retainer and cork and the top of that bottle in one of my cases in the office. And every time I see the Guess Who, which is about once a year, the first thing they asked was, "You still have the top to that bottle?"
That's funny. What a great story. Now, this year's Corvette Funfest is going to be the 29th overall. Give us the dates of that and what's planned for this year.
Actually, it's the 30th, Steve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're 1 year behind.
I am.
September 15th, 16th, and 17th. And we kick it off on Thursday night. Our underwriting theme is on patriotism. Thursday night, Wes Wong, who was the lead FBI agent at 9/11, obviously New York City, will do a presentation on patriotism and just his involvement with 9/11 and what that date should mean to every American. Friday just happens to be the National Day of Recognition for POW MIA. So when we leave here Friday evening, we always do a road cruise, and we're going to the Effingham Performance Center. I'm going to have a presentation there by retired Lieutenant Colonel Hal Fritz. Hal is a Vietnam Medal of Honor recipient. And again, it'll be on patriotism. Within our Corvette community, we have so many veterans. I'm honored and privileged to be able to pay back something, a little bit of respect, connection with our customers, not only with Corvette, but through their service to our country. That, to me, is the big deal for us. And I'm still working on perhaps a stage production called the Pineapple Express. And that's our exit from Afghanistan. And a young man that was very involved with that got out about 3,000 of our citizens and people who helped us there, is doing a stage production called the Pineapple Express, underwritten by Gary Sinise. We're hoping to be able to do that at the EPC, which will give us 3 nights and cover a lot of generations of the military. To me, that's what I would like to give back as entertainment and respect. Obviously, we've got speakers coming in Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Chris Petrus, who's going to do several seminars on LS engine swaps, which you know is a big thing within our community.
Oh, yeah.
We always do a couple sessions on Indy Pace Cars and Indy Motor Speedway and several other presenters that haven't yet 100% committed, but I know they will be here. We'll have our fun celebrity judging and lots of good food, parts, and good deals on everything on campus.
That sounds awesome. If anybody wants to reach out to Mid America Motorworks, guys, let's give the phone number, the website URL, and your hours of operation.
Well, that's easy. The phone number is 800-500-1500. That's about as simple as you can get. It's a whole bunch of zeros, but 800-500-1500. And our website is www.mamotorworks.com. mamotorworks.com. We're open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. We have the My Garage Museum that's open those same hours with our car collection and Corvette memorabilia. Open, free to the public. Lots of things to see in there, lots of Corvette memorabilia. Right now, we're really heavy on really interesting C4 developmental cars. So if you're a C4 fan, let me tell you, there are C4s in there that will knock your socks off. Historical race cars, some pre-production cars, just lots of cool things in there.
That's fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be on Corvette Today. Looking forward to Corvette Funfest coming up in September.
Steve, it was a pleasure being on here. I respect what you do and wish you continued success and good luck within the Corvette community.
Thanks for listening to Corvette Today, and please be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today podcast. And thanks to our sponsors. Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-840-5334. Soul Performance Products at soulpp.com, the official exhaust of Corvette Today. True Wealth & Company at retirewithtrue.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the new promo code CT111 at aerolarri.com. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at chevyusa.com.
You've been listening to Corvette Today with Steve Garrett. If you'd like to contact Steve with any thoughts on the podcast or ideas for guests on Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. Or connect with Steve on social media on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using @SteveGarrettDJ. Thanks again for listening to Corvette Today.